PM Modi won't be attending G Summit in UK in person due to COVID-19 situation in India. British PM Johnson had extended an invitation to PM Modi to attend G7 summit set to be held from June 11 to 13 in the United Kingdom as a special invitee. With the prevailing COVID-19 situation in India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has decided to not attend G7 summit in person, the Ministry of External Affairs said on Tuesday. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson had extended an invitation to PM Modi to attend G7 summit set to be held from June 11 to 13 in the United Kingdom as a special invitee. While the MEA has said that the PM Modi will not attend the summit in person, it is possible that he might mark the virtual presence among G7 member states and representatives of the European Union. While appreciating the invitation to Prime Minister by the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson to attend G7 summit as a special invitee, given the prevailing COVID situation, it has been decided that the Prime Minister will not attend the G7 summit in person, the MEA said in a statement on Tuesday. Earlier, Prime Minister Boris Johnson had first postponed his visit to India due to prevailing COVID situation and subsequent restrictions imposed in UK, and then called off his visit due to the lethal second COVID wave in India. The two countries has held a virtual summit with both the Prime Ministers adopting the ambitious roadmap 2030 for elevating India-UK ties to a comprehensive strategic partnership. British PM invitees India, South Korea and Australia. Apart from India, the United Kingdom had extended invite to Australia and South Korea as well as to attend G7 summit, increasingly the number of member nations to 10. The UK Prime Minister termed the summit to D10, signifying the top 10 democracies of the world. These include UK, US, Italy, Germany, France, Japan and Canada. The proposals to expand the 47th G7 summit aim to countering the expansionist attitude of China and channeling investments into other telecommunication companies, with the 10 members seeking an alternative supplier for 5G equipment. The COVID-19 pandemic and climate change are expected to be the topmost agendas of the 47th G7 summit. British PM Boris Johnson has pledged to call for G7 to work on a global approach to pandemic to ensure an equal global distribution of COVID-19 vaccine and to prevent future pandemics, including 5-point plan. International coordination on economic policies are also expected to be discussed. India-UK virtual summit. On May 5, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and British counterpart Boris Johnson held a virtual summit and discussed how to overcome the pandemic and strengthen the ties between both countries. The leaders also adopted an ambitious roadmap 2030 for elevating India-UK ties to comprehensive strategic partnership. The road will pave the way for deeper and stronger engagement over the next 10 years in the key areas of people-to-people contact, trade and economy, defense and security, climate and action, health. As per ME, the two leaders discussed the COVID-19 situation and the ongoing cooperation in the fight against the pandemic, including successful partnership on vaccines. The External Affairs Minister in a statement said PM Modi thanked UK PM Boris Johnson for the prompt medical assistance provided by his country in the wake of the severe second wave of COVID-19 in India. Not only this, Johnson appreciated India's role in extending assistance to the UK and other countries over the last year, including the supply of pharmaceuticals and vaccines. Thank you.